Life isn't a race to the finish line, nor a puzzle demanding solutions. It's a fleeting masterpiece meant to be experienced in its raw, unfiltered beauty. Yet so many of us live like prisoners of time, rushing to achieve, striving to control, and endlessly chasing what we think will bring us happiness. But in doing so, aren't we missing the very essence of life? As the Japanese philosophy of Ichigo Ichi teaches us, one time, one meeting. Every moment, no matter how ordinary, is unique and unrepeatable. Imagine this. What if the key to loving your life again wasn't in chasing more, but in feeling more, in savoring each breath, each interaction, and even life's simplest pleasures? Zen wisdom tells us, when walking, walk. When eating, eat. These aren't just words, they're a call to awaken, to be fully present, to let go of regrets about the past and worries about the future. Because when you do, peace begins to replace the chaos, and gratitude takes root where dissatisfaction once grew. What if this year became the moment you stopped rushing and started truly living? By embracing the impermanence of life, you can free yourself from stress and discover the joy that's been hidden in plain sight all along. At the end of this video, there's a powerful bonus lesson that could change how you see your entire existence. If you take away just one thing from this video, let it be this. Life isn't something to conquer, it's something to love, one precious moment at a time. Let's begin. Number 1, the uniqueness of each moment. Imagine standing outside during the first snowfall of winter. You watch as snowflakes drift down, each intricate and unique, melting away as soon as they touch the ground. These snowflakes, fragile and fleeting, mirror the moments of our lives. Beautiful, irreplaceable, yet often unnoticed. How often do we let these moments slip through our fingers, consumed by distractions or endless pursuits? Japanese philosophy teaches us a profound truth, the idea that every moment is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Number 2 moments are ever the same, and once they pass, they are gone forever. It's a reminder that life isn't measured by the milestones we achieve, but by the simple, unrepeatable moments we experience every day. Think about your morning routine. Perhaps you rush through your coffee, already consumed by the tasks ahead. But what if instead you paused, feel the warmth of the cup in your hands, inhale the rich aroma, and savor the first sip as though it were your last? Suddenly, that simple act transforms into a moment of joy, a fleeting yet unforgettable experience. In our fast-paced world, we're taught to chase after the future, to multitask, and to measure success in achievements. Yet this constant striving blinds us to the beauty of now. Imagine if we could learn to treat every moment as sacred, just as the cherry blossoms in spring are cherished for their impermanence. You will never experience this moment again. Savor it. The first step to embracing Ichigo Ichi is to slow down. Take deliberate pauses throughout your day to fully immerse yourself in the present. Whether it's feeling the sunlight on your skin, listening to the laughter of a loved one, or even appreciating the stillness of a quiet evening, give each moment your undivided attention. Next, practice gratitude. Reflect on the moments that bring you peace or joy, no matter how small. Journal them at the end of the day, or simply hold them in your heart. Over time, you'll notice that life isn't lacking. It's overflowing with treasures waiting to be seen. Finally, let go of perfection. Like snowflakes, no moment needs to be flawless to be meaningful. Even in challenges or mundane tasks, there is beauty to be found, if only we open our hearts to see it. Life is a collection of moments, each unique and fleeting. Don't let them pass unnoticed. Cherish them, savor them, and remember, the present moment is a gift. Treasure it before it fades. 2. The beauty of impermanence. Picture a cherry blossom tree in full bloom. For a fleeting moment it stands radiant, its delicate petals swaying in the breeze. But soon the blossoms fall, carried away by the wind. Their beauty lies not in their permanence, but in their brevity. The blossoms remind us of a profound truth. Everything in life is impermanent, and that impermanence is a gift. In Buddhist philosophy, impermanence is not something to fear or resist. It is the essence of life itself. The fleeting nature of things is what makes them precious. Imagine if cherry blossoms bloomed year-round. Would we still marvel at their beauty, or would we take them for granted? In the same way, life's transience gives meaning to every experience, from a shared laugh with a friend to the quiet stillness of a sunset. Yet in the rush of our daily lives, we often forget this truth. We cling to what we have, fearing its loss, or overlook the beauty in front of us, assuming it will always be there. But what if we shifted our perspective? What if instead of resisting impermanence, we embraced it? Impermanence is not a curse, but a gift. It teaches us to treasure what we have. Start by practicing gratitude. Each morning or evening, take a moment to reflect on the things you value but might overlook. A smile from a stranger, the warmth of your bed, the sound of rain against the window. These moments, however small, are treasures, precisely because they are fleeting. Next, let go of attachment to perfection. Life's beauty often lies in its imperfections. The chipped mug that holds your morning coffee, the laughter shared amidst a challenging moment, or the tearful goodbyes that make reunions so meaningful. When we accept impermanence, we stop chasing perfection and begin appreciating life as it is. Finally, allow impermanence to inspire action. If you knew this day, this hour, or this conversation could never be repeated, how would you approach it? Would you speak kinder words, listen more intently, seize the opportunities that present themselves? Life is a series of fleeting moments, each one an invitation to live fully. Like the cherry blossoms, we are here for a short while, but in that time, we can bloom with all the beauty we possess. Remember, it is not the permanence of things that gives them value, but their fragility. Embrace it, cherish it, and let it teach you to love your life again. 3. The freedom of single tasking. Imagine a musician tuning a guitar. If they try to adjust all the strings at once, the result is chaos. No melody, no harmony, just disarray. But when they focus on one string at a time, giving it their full attention, the instrument begins to sing. Life works the same way. When we try to juggle everything at once, our days become noisy and fragmented. But when we focus on one thing fully, we create harmony in the present moment. In today's world, multitasking is worn like a badge of honor. We answer emails while eating lunch, scroll through social media while watching a movie, or half listen to loved ones while planning tomorrow's tasks. Yet this constant division of attention leaves us feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. Buddhist wisdom offers a simple yet transformative solution: single tasking. Do one thing at a time and do it fully. Think about the last time you ate a meal. Were you truly present, savoring each bite, or were you distracted by your phone or thoughts? Now imagine eating mindfully, noticing the colors, textures, and flavors of your food. Each bite becomes an experience, not just another task. This is the freedom of single tasking. It turns the mundane into the meaningful. To embrace this mindset, start small. Choose one activity each day to do mindfully. It could be something as simple as walking. Instead of rushing to your destination, feel the ground beneath your feet. Listen to the rustle of leaves and notice the rhythm of your breath. This practice transforms walking from a means to an end into a meditation on presence. Next, set boundaries. Create moments in your day where distractions are minimized. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and give your attention fully to the task at hand, whether it's working on a project or spending time with a loved one. By doing so, you'll find that not only does your focus improve, but your relationships and productivity thrive as well. Finally, cultivate patience. Single tasking requires us to slow down and let go of the urge to do everything at once. It's a reminder that life is not a race, but a series of moments to be lived fully. Like tuning a guitar, the beauty lies in the process itself, not just the result. When you give yourself permission to focus entirely on one thing, you reconnect with the present and rediscover the joy hidden in the simplest acts. Single tasking isn't just a practice, it's a pathway to loving your life again, one harmonious moment at a time. 4. Releasing regret and anxiety. Imagine walking through life carrying two heavy suitcases, one filled with the weight of regret, the other packed with the burdens of anxiety. With each step, your shoulders ache, your pace slows, and the journey becomes unbearable. But here's the truth. Those suitcases aren't necessary. Regret ties you to the past, and anxiety chains you to the future, leaving no room to enjoy the present moment. What if you could let them go and travel lighter? Buddhist philosophy teaches us that clinging to the past or worrying about what's to come robs us of life's only certainty, the present. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is uncertain. Today is your only guarantee. Regret may whisper, "You should have done better," while anxiety warns, "What if things go wrong?" But neither voice speaks to where life truly happens now. Think of a time you replayed a past mistake in your mind, wishing you could change it. Did it solve anything, or did it deepen your pain? Regret is a teacher, not a prism. Instead of dwelling on what cannot be undone, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Perhaps the regret teaches you to act with more kindness or prepares you to make better choices in the future. Extract the lesson and release the burden. Now consider anxiety, the endless what-ifs that pull you into a future that hasn't arrived. When those fears arise, anchor yourself in the present. Take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs, the steady beat of your heart, the ground beneath your feet. These are reminders that right now you are safe, and this moment is enough. Begin incorporating this mindset into your daily life. When regret surfaces, pause and write down one thing the experience taught you. Turn that lesson into wisdom, not a weight. When anxiety strikes, practice grounding techniques. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear. These steps pull you back to the present, where life unfolds. Letting go doesn't mean ignoring the past or dismissing the future. It means refusing to let them control you. Like shedding those heavy suitcases, releasing regret and anxiety frees you to walk through life with open hands and an open heart. The journey becomes lighter and the path ahead clearer. Remember, peace isn't found in yesterday or tomorrow. It's waiting for you in today. 5. Loving more deeply through awareness. Imagine building a sandcastle on the shore. You pour your heart into shaping its towers, smoothing its walls and decorating it with shells. Yet no matter how perfect it looks, the tide will eventually wash it away. Relationships are like sandcastles, beautiful, meaningful, but impermanent. This impermanence is not a reason to despair, but a call to love more deeply, to cherish every moment we have with those who matter most. Buddhist wisdom reminds us every meeting is a once-in-a-lifetime event. The people in your life, whether a lifelong friend or a stranger you meet briefly, cross your path in a moment that will never come again. Awareness of this fleeting nature doesn't diminish love, it magnifies it. It urges us to stop taking others for granted and instead approach every interaction with presence, gratitude, and intention. Think of the last conversation you had with someone you care about. Were you fully there, listening with your heart? Or were you distracted, thinking about what to say next, or glancing at your phone? Imagine how much richer that moment could have been if you had given it your undivided attention. Presence transforms ordinary encounters into extraordinary connections. To love more deeply, start by truly listening. When someone speaks, set aside distractions and hear not just their words, but the emotions behind them. Make eye contact, nod, and let them know they are seen and heard. This simple act can create a bond stronger than any grand gesture. Next, express your gratitude. Don't wait for special occasions to tell someone how much they mean to you. Whether it's a heartfelt thank you for a small kindness or a message of appreciation for their presence in your life, these words can leave an indelible mark. Finally, treasure shared moments. Whether it's a quiet dinner, a walk in the park, or even a conversation over the phone, treat these interactions as sacred. Recognize that one day, these moments will exist only in memory, making them all the more precious now. Life is fragile and relationships are fleeting, but that is their beauty. Like a sandcastle standing proud before the tide, they remind us to be present, to love fully, and to cherish the time we have. Every meeting, every connection is a gift. Embrace it, nurture it, and let it deepen your capacity to love. For when you do, you'll discover that the fleeting nature of life makes it all the more extraordinary. 6. Creating joy through attention. Picture a field of wildflowers, each petal bathed in sunlight. Without the sun's warmth, those flowers would wither, unnoticed and unappreciated. Attention is like sunlight. It illuminates life's simplest details, allowing them to bloom into profound joy. Yet, in our fast-paced, achievement-driven lives, we often overlook these small treasures, searching instead for happiness in grand milestones. But true joy is not found in some distant future. It's hidden in the tiniest, most present moments. Buddhist wisdom teaches us that joy blooms in the smallest of things: a smile, a breeze, a kind word. Think of the last time you paused to truly savor a moment. Maybe it was the warmth of your morning coffee, the laughter of a loved one, or the sound of rain tapping on your window. These moments may seem insignificant, but they are the threads that weave a life of contentment. When you give them your full attention, they transform into profound sources of happiness. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of bigger, better, more. We chase promotions, accolades, and material success, believing they hold the key to fulfillment. But how often do we pause to ask, am I truly noticing the beauty already around me? Imagine walking through a garden, but instead of stopping to admire the flowers, you're focused only on reaching the gate at the other end. Life is that garden, and attention is what allows us to see its beauty. To cultivate joy through attention, begin with a simple practice. At the end of each day, reflect on 3 moments that brought you joy, no matter how small. Perhaps it was the sound of birdsong as you woke up, the kindness of a stranger holding the door, or the satisfaction of completing a task. Write these moments down, letting them remind you of life's quiet abundance. Next, practice mindfulness in your daily routines. When you eat, notice the flavors, textures, and aromas. When you walk, feel the rhythm of your steps and the air on your skin. These acts of attention ground you in the present, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. Remember, joy doesn't demand grand gestures or perfect circumstances. It asks only for your presence. Like sunlight nurturing wildflowers, your attention has the power to reveal life's hidden beauty. When you focus on the small joys around you, you'll find that happiness isn't something you chase, it's something you create. Treasure these moments and let them remind you that life's greatest gifts are often the simplest. 7. The illusion of control. Imagine standing in the middle of a river, desperately trying to push the water in the direction you think it should flow. Your arms tire, your frustration builds, and no matter how hard you push, the river continues on its path, indifferent to your struggle. This is what life feels like when we cling to the illusion of control. We try to shape every detail, predict every outcome, and eliminate every uncertainty, only to end up exhausted and overwhelmed. Buddhist philosophy teaches us that peace comes not from controlling life, but from surrendering to its flow. Surrendering to life's flow doesn't mean giving up. It means finding freedom. Life, like a river, is unpredictable. It twists and turns, bringing moments of calm and turbulence alike. Resisting these natural currents creates stress, while acceptance allows us to move with grace and resilience. Think about a time when things didn't go as planned. Perhaps it was a career setback, an unexpected change in your personal life, or even a minor inconvenience. How much of your energy was spent trying to control the uncontrollable? Did it bring you closer to peace, or did it deepen your frustration? Now imagine if, instead of resisting, you focused on what you could control: your attitude, your actions, your ability to adapt. How different might that experience have felt? Releasing the need for control begins with shifting your focus. Concentrate on the actions you can take, not the outcomes you can't guarantee. If you're working toward a goal, put your energy into the effort rather than obsessing over the result. Trust the process and recognize that some variables will always remain beyond your influence. Another practice is learning to embrace uncertainty. When faced with unpredictability, remind yourself that life's greatest opportunities often arise from the unexpected. A river's currents may carry you to places you never imagined, but those places can hold beauty, growth, and transformation. Finally, practice gratitude for the present moment. The need for control often stems from fear of failure, loss, or the unknown. Gratitude shifts your focus from what might go wrong to what is already right, grounding you in the here and now. When you stop resisting life's currents, you allow yourself to flow with them. Challenges become lessons, detours lead to discovery, and peace replaces anxiety. Remember, the river of life doesn't need your control, it needs your trust. Let go, flow freely, and you'll find a sense of freedom that makes you love your life again. 8. Finding growth in discomfort. Imagine holding a piece of raw gold ore. At first glance, it appears dull and unremarkable, its beauty hidden beneath impurities. But when exposed to fire, the heat refines it, revealing its brilliance. Challenges in life are like that fire. They test us, stretch us, and sometimes burn. But they also hold the power to refine us, making us stronger and more resilient. Even pain is a teacher. Listen to its wisdom. In Buddhist philosophy, discomfort is not something to run from, but to embrace. It is a messenger, carrying lessons that can deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Yet, in modern life, we're conditioned to seek comfort at all costs, avoiding challenges, numbing pain, and escaping anything that feels uncomfortable. But avoidance doesn't lead to growth, it leads to stagnation. True transformation requires stepping into the fire. Think of a time when you faced a significant challenge. Perhaps it was a difficult conversation, a personal failure, or a moment of loss. At the time, it may have felt overwhelming, even unbearable. But looking back, can you see how that experience shaped you? Maybe it taught you patience, built your resilience, or helped you discover inner strength you didn't know you had. This is the refining power of discomfort. To find growth in discomfort, Start by shifting your perspective. Instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, view them as opportunities. When discomfort arises, pause and ask yourself, what lesson does this hold for me? This simple question transforms pain into curiosity, making it easier to face difficulties with courage and openness. Another practice is sitting with discomfort rather than avoiding it. If you feel anxious or upset, take a moment to breathe deeply and acknowledge your feelings without judgment. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is this moment teaching me? By confronting discomfort directly, you strip it of its power and uncover the wisdom it carries. Finally, remember that growth is not immediate. Like gold in a fire, transformation takes time. Trust the process, even when it feels messy or uncertain. Every challenge you face is shaping you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. Discomfort is not the enemy, it's the catalyst for growth. When you stop running from it and start learning from it, you unlock a depth of wisdom and strength that makes life richer and more meaningful. Embrace the fire, and you'll emerge refined, resilient, and ready to love your life again. 9. The power of letting go. Picture a tree weighed down by dead branches. Though these branches no longer serve the tree, they still steal its energy and block sunlight from reaching its leaves. When the tree is pruned, it breathes again. It grows taller, stronger, and more vibrant. Life is no different. Clinging to possessions, people, or outcomes that no longer serve us is like carrying dead weight. But when we let go, we create space for new growth, joy, and freedom. What you release is what sets you free. In Buddhist philosophy, the principle of letting go is central to finding peace. Suffering often arises not from life's events, but from our attachment to how we think things should be. We hold tightly to expectations, material possessions, or even relationships, believing they define us or keep us safe. Yet this clinging binds us, creating fear of loss and robbing us of inner tranquility. Imagine the last time you lost something, a job opportunity, a friendship, or even a cherished object. At first, the loss may have felt unbearable, as though a piece of your identity had been stripped away. But over time, didn't you adapt? Perhaps you found a new opportunity, deepened other relationships, or realized you didn't need that object after all. Letting go doesn't diminish who you are. It reveals your strength and resilience. To practice letting go, start small. Take a moment to reflect on your attachments. Is there an object you've outgrown, a grudge you've been holding, or an expectation you've placed on yourself or others? Release one of these today. Donate something you no longer need. Write a letter to forgive someone, even if you don't send it. Or simply breathe deeply and say, I let this go. Another powerful exercise is journaling your worries. Write down everything that's weighing on your mind, then read it aloud. Acknowledge each concern and visualize placing it on a leaf floating down a river. This helps you practice acceptance, understanding that some things are beyond your control, and that's okay. Letting go isn't about giving up, it's about making room. Like pruning a tree, it allows you to grow in ways you couldn't while holding on to the past. The freedom you gain isn't just an absence of weight, it's the presence of possibility. Release what no longer serves you, and you'll uncover the space to love your life again. 10. Living with intention. Imagine planting a garden. Each seed you plant holds the potential for something beautiful, but it needs care, attention, and the right environment to grow. Similarly, the intentions we set for our lives are like seeds. They carry the power to shape our reality, yet too often we go through our days without planting these seeds of purpose. But when we live with intention, each moment becomes an opportunity to cultivate a life we truly love. A life of intention is a life of meaning. In Buddhism, Intentionality is key to living a fulfilling and purposeful life. When we move through life without direction or awareness, we end up caught in the stream of distractions, going wherever the current takes us. But when we approach life with intentionality, we become the gardeners of our own existence, actively creating the life we want to live. Every choice, every action becomes infused with meaning, no longer dictated by habit or external expectations. Think about a time when you acted with purpose. Maybe you spent time focusing on a meaningful project or took the time to connect deeply with a loved one. How did that feel? When we align our actions with our values and intentions, we experience a deeper sense of fulfillment. The world slows down, and we can see the beauty in even the smallest moments. To start living with intention, begin by setting a clear intention at the start of each day. This doesn't mean having a rigid to-do list, but instead deciding how you want to show up. It could be something as simple as deciding, today I will approach my work with focus and gratitude, or I will make time for meaningful connections. These intentions are like seeds planted in the morning, and throughout the day, you nurture them through your actions and awareness. When distractions come up, as they inevitably do, gently return to your intention. Ask yourself, does this decision align with my purpose for today? This simple habit helps you take back control of your experience and brings clarity and direction to each moment. Living with intention doesn't mean striving for perfection. It's about being present and mindful of how you're using your energy. Just like seeds grow into plants over time, your intentions, when cared for, will grow into a life filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. By choosing to live intentionally, you start loving your life again, not by chasing happiness, but by creating it with every deliberate step you take. Finally, here's the bonus lesson. Love your life by cherishing each moment. Picture yourself sitting quietly in a bustling cafe, observing the world around you, people passing by, conversations flowing, and the sound of coffee cups softly clinking. Now, imagine pausing, just for a moment, to truly take it all in. Feel the warmth of the cup in your hands, notice the rich aroma of your drink, and listen to the gentle hum of voices blending into a soothing soundtrack of life. This is what it means to love your life, not by changing your surroundings, but by embracing each moment exactly as it is. In Buddhist philosophy, genuine contentment doesn't stem from changing external circumstances, but from transforming how we experience the present. We often hear that happiness comes from achieving success, wealth, relationships, or status. But what if happiness is already here, hidden within the moments we rush past in our pursuit of something else? This perspective invites us to pause, to breathe, and to truly appreciate what is unfolding right now, in this very moment. When we let go of focusing on what needs to change for us to be happy, we tap into the power of mindfulness. It's not about chasing after the next big thing. It's about seeing the beauty and joy in what's already around us. Those ordinary moments, the ones we often dismiss, are where life's true magic resides. The way sunlight streams through the window, the gentle rustling of leaves in the wind, or the sensation of your breath as you exhale, these are all gifts. Yet we often overlook them because we're too preoccupied with what's coming next. By learning to love each moment, we begin to transform our entire outlook on life. The mundane no longer feels dull or insignificant. Instead, it becomes a chance for joy, for presence, and for gratitude. Washing dishes, for example, is no longer just a task to get through. It becomes a mindful experience, a moment to connect with the feeling of water, the texture of soap, and the movements of your hands. Each moment turns into an opportunity to rediscover the simplicity and beauty of life. When you embrace this mindset, you realize the happiness you've been seeking isn't something to pursue. It's something already here, waiting to be noticed. It's something already within you, simply waiting for your attention. By embracing each moment, you'll start to love your life again, not because you've changed it, but because you've changed the way you experience it. This small yet profound shift can turn a life of endless striving into one of peaceful acceptance and true joy. Life isn't a race to the finish line or a puzzle to be solved. It's an experience meant to be savored, one fleeting moment at a time. In our rush to achieve, accumulate and control, we often overlook the beauty that's already right before us. Ichigo Ichie, the Japanese philosophy of one time, one meeting, teaches us a profound lesson. Every moment, no matter how ordinary, is unique and unrepeatable. When we live with this awareness, the simple becomes extraordinary, and life itself unfolds as a precious gift. As the Zen saying reminds us, when walking, walk. When eating, eat. This captures the essence of mindfulness, being fully present with what is, rather than chasing after the past or worrying about the future. Every breath, every interaction, every fleeting experience is an opportunity to deeply connect with yourself, others, and the world around you. When you release the illusion of control and embrace the natural flow of life, peace takes the place of anxiety, and gratitude blooms where dissatisfaction once lingered. Imagine if 2025 became the year you stopped rushing and truly started living. By embracing the impermanence of each moment, you can free yourself from the weight of regret and the fear of what lies ahead. As you walk this path, remember, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Choose to think with purpose, to see with clarity, and to live with love for every moment you encounter. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to like and share this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. For more inspiring Buddhist insights and practices to help you live a peaceful, fulfilled life. Your next step on this journey begins now, one precious moment at a time.